Hi, I'm Daniel Metler from TwoSec Internet Solutions, and in this short video I'd like to show you what happens in the client, just so you understand the basics. From that we'll then build on to more complex topics. So we're talking about a web API, and we're talking about ASP.NET Web API on DNN with TwoSec. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to look at what the client actually does, what scripts you need for it to work, and of course that you just understand the simple way of calling a Web API controller to get that data from the server. We're also going to tell you a little bit about the background, about JavaScript promises, and about some hidden stuff, including anti-forgery tokens. So let's just look at the code. Now, just to quickly review again so we remember what it's all about, we have this little app, the links you'll find in the blog, and they do very simple stuff like show you the current year or show you some things about the module. And in the background, as I'm going to show you, if I watch the entire progress by Fiddler, if I click on something and look at the year, I have a request that is sent to this URL and which returns this kind of an answer. So very simple. Now let's look at the code. What you need is the DNN scripts and the TwoSec scripts. Now DNN includes them automatically, so you don't have to do anything about that. For the TwoSec scripts, you need this. This basically just makes sure that you have the security aspects all covered, that some hidden data is sent along. I'll show you that in a moment. Without this, you can do it too technically, but it'll be just much harder to code because you have to do all the AJAX and all the HTTP stuff yourself. So it can be done, but I would recommend to do it this way. So let's look at a simple ask for year function. Now you'll notice that we're asking for the module ID in this. And the reason is that imagine you had two contact forms on a page. And if you were going to post one of them to save them, then of course that one should disappear and say thank you for sending this, but the other one shouldn't. So you kind of need to know which module was doing this. The other reason is that based on the module ID, we know which app was actually being used. So like maybe you would have a simple gallery app and a feedback app, and both of them would have web APIs. We still need to know which one now just said give me the list, because the feedback form of course should send you a list of feedback items, while the gallery of course should send you a list of image items. And so simply by adding the module ID, TwoSec and DNN can tell apart which module was sending the request, and based on that we'll map the API. So we need the module ID. Now you'll see the call is very simple. Here we're telling TwoSec that based on this module ID, we're going to use the web API and we're going to use an HTTP GET. Now, basically this just means that almost everything we do is going to be in the URL. The reason behind this is that since the newer versions of HTML, we're more trying to be closer to what the system does. So we're not doing the web forms abstraction thing. We're really trying to use HTTP GET, HTTP PUT, HTTP delete to kind of say what we're doing. So we're using a GET, and we're going to call the simple demo request controller and its action called current year. So this is actually all you would need to access the web API. And this is all you need to send this request here that you just saw and make sure an answer comes back. So that's it. Very trivial. And in other words, let's say if I would add a new, so instead of like get current year, I would make a command like call list of days. Then I would do simple demo request list of days. Same thing. Now let's look at JavaScript promises. Promises are a deferred way of executing code. What does this mean? I'm sending my request in AJAX, but of course AJAX means asynchronous JavaScript, so I don't know when the response will come back. It could take a fraction of a second, but it could also take 10 seconds. Now in the meantime, the browser should still react to user interactions. So basically after setting off the call, the browser will continue its work, and when a call comes back, it kind of needs to know what to do asynchronously. So what we have is this promise, and this is a JavaScript concept which says I promise that when something comes back, I'm going to execute the next thing in this chain. And this is what the then is for. So basically adding a .then will make sure that the promise will execute whatever is in this then after the response came back. The then is only executed if the response is successful. There's also a .fail, which would be used to do error handling. In the TooSexy controller, we have a standardized error handling which shows something went wrong, and it tries to help you to figure out what it was, like maybe you used the wrong controller name or something. But you can override that very easily. Then you would use a .fail. But in most cases, the default fail will work for you, so you will just use the .then and write something in it which will do something. In future examples, the one with the contact form, I'm going to show you how to just hide the contact form at the right time and show a thank you message when everything worked. So this is basically it for this part of the presentation, showing you, oh, this is a fiddler error, just ignore that. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. In the next part, I'm going to show you a real-life example using a contact form. So be there. This is Daniel Mettler, TooSec Internet Solutions.